Yeah, absolutely. Yes, lots of people queuing here. In fact, we're actually at the exit now, and people are filing out. They've just been filing past the coffin there, and people are coming out. Some people have been in tears. It's a very emotive experience, as you can imagine. We can speak now to the very Reverend Dr. Lorna Hood. Lorna, thank you for speaking to us. Lorna's one of the Royal Chaplains here. First of all, how has this time been for you?
It's been a very emotional time. It's also been a very busy time because we've been involved in the 24-hour vigil, which is still going on at the moment. So in a sense, there's been putting our emotions to the side as we cope with our duties and responsibilities at this time. But it's been very much a privilege to be part of it.
Yeah, and for you, obviously everyone has that connection to the Queen, but for you, you knew her very well.
Well, I was one of her royal chaplains and stayed a weekend at Balmoral at times. So that was the opportunity to see not just the royal person, but to see someone who was a mother and a grandmother.
Yeah, so what's that like? Can you give us an insight then? Because we know her as the Queen, and we've heard these stories. Prime Ministers visiting Balmoral, seeing her doing the washing up. Are they true? Is that the kind of? Yep. I mean, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's. I mean, there's a formality as well. It depends who's there at the time. I was very fortunate. On one occasion, I in fact was the only guest, which was a wee bit daunting.
So it was just you and her,
and Prince Philip and the lady in waiting and the equerry. So that was that was quite daunting at times. But it was. They did. I mean, I think they realised that you feel like that, so they really go out of their way to make you feel at home.
Yeah.
So that was wonderful, and also with other members of the royal family when they're there. Countess and Earl of Wessex were there when I was there, and Lady Sarah Armstrong-Jones as well. So there's that part, and also seeing how she interacts with the family and how the family interact with her. And you saw that closeness, huge closeness that was there with them.
Yeah, and what are your fondest memories of the Queen? Your fondest times?
Fondest memory was sitting in the sofa with her, looking at her holiday snaps. That
sitting next to her, just as any of us would, like leafing through the book,
and reminding myself this was not an old lady in my congregation, but was the Queen. So every so often I would just throw a ma'am in, just to remind me, apart from anyone else, not for them. Just yes, ma'am. This was the Queen you're talking to, at that point, when she took the snaps out, they'd just been on holiday. I stood back.
How long ago was this?
Oh, that would be in 2012, maybe.
Okay.
So they'd been in a cruise in the Western Isles, and I stood back because this is a family occasion. And no, Minister, come sit.
I want to show you my snaps.
I want to show you my snaps, okay?
I want to show you my snaps.
Yeah.
And she had a fantastic sense of humour as well. Just tell us a little bit about that and your experience of that.
Yes, well, I think probably summed up in driving to one of the barbecues. And the Queen drives you, so you're sitting in the front seat thinking the Queen is driving me to the barbecue.
I mean, she said she was our servant, but literally she was driving you around.
She was driving barbecue.
She was a chauffeur as well.
Yeah, and this, of course, it was very, very dark, and on the estate, very single-lane roads, etc. So she's driving along, and she doesn't, as we say in Scotland, she doesn't saunter, she doesn't dilly-dally, so going along quite sweet. And she just got a new car, and there was a sat-nav, and the sat-nav was, turn around. So she's trying to put the sat-nav off, one hand on the wheel, sat-nav off, and eventually I said, ma'am, would you like me to put the sat-nav off? And she said, yes, I think that'd be better. Can't have the moderator in a ditch, can we?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
It's incredible to hear you talk about her in such personal, close terms. And as you say, difficult time for you. The coffin leaves here at 5 o'clock, and then I guess then you have a little bit of breathing space for yourself.
Well, that's us then. Our duties and responsibilities in Scotland for our Queen are ended, and we entrust her down south for the care down there.
Yeah, and you've met the King quite a few times as well. Just tell us a little bit about meeting King Charles and the future.
Well, in fact, when I received my OBE, it was King Charles, as he was Prince Charles then, who presented with my OBE. I don't know him nearly as well. It's just been very odd briefings with him. But I think he'll be a great king. I really do. I think over the last few days, we've realised that and shown that, and I think he will do well. And his mother's guidance will always be there with him.
Yeah, indeed. And it sounds like you'll get to know him quite well. He may even drive you around, possibly. Who knows?
Well, my time as a chaplain's coming to an end. You're a chaplain until you're 70.
Okay.
So and that's coming, unfortunately, very soon.
Okay.
Very soon.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're doing a fantastic job, and you've been a servant yourself, to the royal family as well, and to all of us and to the people of Scotland. So thank you. Really good to talk to you. Thank you very much. The very Reverend Dr. Lorna Hood there, giving us those very, very personal, intimate memories of being with the Queen. Incredible stories, and lots of people here who've come to pay their respects to the Queen, filing out. They're in tears. There's a lot of emotion here. This is day 2 of Scotland's long goodbye to Her Majesty.